Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy. I have to apologise for not getting this video out. It's very quick because I've been very busy on my sister channel, PC Gaming Radio, with the role-playing Let's Play that I'm doing with Factorio. It's an amazing game. I love doing it. So anyway, I've put some time out to take some videos of some big projects, and it's a big one, isn't it? This had a huge gravy train of hype coming in, Andromeda's Edge, partly because, Cardboard Alchemy did the wonderful dragon game. Quick quiz, can you remember what it is? I've got it, it's really good. Flamecraft, yeah. And they had the fantastic fantastical game, which I'll leave that as a quiz to know if you know what that is. That's a very exciting game for me. But here, Andromeda's Edge, it's like, so the publishers had two great games that have come out, and this is their third. And even when I was looking at previews of this game, I'm thinking, man, it still looks prototype. And the hype coming into this game, if I had any hype, it's been destroyed by what I'm seeing here. Now, when it comes to sci-fi work placement games, my favourite sci-fi work placement game is Circadian's First Light. It's wonderful, where you do have tableau engine building, where you're crafting in that game. Similar to this, you're going to be using your stuff that you're getting from the work placement things to actually get technologies. You do that in Circadian's First Light. But what Circadian's First Light does that I love, all the technologies in that game have an actual art representing that tech, and it puts you in that world, it puts you in that immersion of this sci-fi world. I mean, at the end of the day, this is fantastical science fiction, and this is a place where the art can really be fantastically amazing. My history of video games since 1985, I've been blessed by incredible sci-fi games, and love sci-fi movies, love sci-fi TV shows, but haven't yet been blown away by a real big board game. And really, Circadian's First Light is the one that really gave me an itched it properly, but there could be something bigger out there. Now, first problem for me is that the top half of the board is like a spreadsheet. These tracks should be off the board completely. It looks so dull. The shop, the green cards technologies, the orange, the yellow and blue, it's a shop, isn't it? That should be off to the side, not on the main board. The whole main board should be the area control, the universe. It looks like it's been squashed from a hexagon into like a squashed hexagon. And I really detest that. Why couldn't you just have a big fat board of space and made it look fantastic? Tomorrow video, by the way, will be the Homeworld Kickstarter. I love the Homeworld series video game, and we're looking at that. So they have a board with the full place to and potentially that whole board could have better art on it, right? You got this squished art, and I'm not happy with that. I think the art could have been done better, but hey, it has bigger concerns for me on the art department, and it's these technology cards are so boring. Spreadsheet. Why has this been overlooked? It's beyond me. It really is. I mean, right, you've got the player board area is really big. I like the big player area, and the card technologies kind of stacked to the side, but they look so functionally devoid of form. You know, you should be able to look at a technology and without looking at the icons, look at it and go, look at that tech, it looks awesome, the art. Look at that for an amazing piece of technology. Not, oh look at that, it's so dull, it's just going to give me this. It's just functional, no form. It's like chronically devoid of laziness. I don't know. They're trying to make it as clean as possible. It needs art. Why have you chosen these squares? Just so that they could fit the tableau? I mean, it's absolutely crazy. If you look at the Arceus Kickstarter, where you've got a player board, you are fitting cards to the side of the board that slot in. They're kind of equipment cards in Arceus, but they are on cards, have beautiful art, putting you in the theme with the icons. It's so deliciously done. And here, oh, it wrecks my brain. It really does that they have done this. Oh, you could have been building a wonderful, wonderful tableau of this, all this great art, just to look down at your board and go, this looks fantastic, what I've done here. And it's just, again, it's like when you move away from the theme, when it's themeless, it becomes more spreadsheets. It becomes less of an immersive game where it should blow you apart with the art. And for me, it's a hard sell that how can you get excited about getting technologies when they're just this dull square? It kills me, peeps. I really wanted it to be fixed, but they never addressed it. It's just depressing. Oh. There's more. There's more. If you've heard enough of me complaining, so you might think subjectively, go away from the video. Just end the video, because this is just the tip of the iceberg, my friends. I'm telling you now. Now, I did watch Tim Chung's very professional video that he did of the game, and I'm telling you now, this game looks like a hard-ass teach. I'm telling you now. Yeah, you want to teach this to your friends? They better sit down and get to grips with this complexity. Absolutely. Yes. Not an easy teach, we'll give you that. Now, these ships, everybody's going to have similar ships, and you know, I've always thought, you know, if you've got similar units, you could at least paint them and make them look great. But if you're going to paint these ships, you need some kind of reference design. And when we look at what these ship cards look like, it's so bad. So bad. Now, you know, you are building stuff on these planets, and that's kind of an interesting, it's nice, isn't it, that you're constructing things and dominating things. It's all interesting, isn't it? Combat in the game is also interesting as well, how that works, dice rolling, re-rolling works and all that stuff, all that looks cool. Now, so here's your cargo area. Oh, man. Now, just because, you know, each person is asynchronous, right? You're going to be slotting in this card. So, for example, here, the Zodian Warmongers. Why couldn't you have a card for the ships of the Zodian Warmongers? Why have we got a carbon copy topside? Because it would have looked so way more thematic to have the ships looking like they came from the actual theme of the player, right? So Zodian Warmongers, they have the same transport ships as everybody else. Okay, yeah, the mini looks the same, but it doesn't mean the art has to look the same. And, you know, the difference, you know, a transport ship, when you look at it and compare it to a heavy cruiser, the heavy cruiser should be like sci-fi pornographic. It should look incredible. You look at Star Citizen, the ships in that game, incredible. Any heavy cruiser ship in any sci-fi movie look way cool. And what do we have here? It's like an ink drawing, which is the most abstract drawing for a sci-fi. In fact, this is the concept artist drawing simple shapes of silhouettes on a handkerchief to get the potential form of a design of a spaceship. So we're on like day one of prototyping a ship, and you've used that art. It's just bananas. It's just bananas. So yeah, just so many design choices here. Now, Flamecraft, let me just talk about Flamecraft. They had an incredible artist on that. You know, a dragon artist, Sandra Tang, she knocked it out the park. The sci-fi artists that they could have got for this to make the technologies look better, the ships look better, have an asynchronous art for the player boards that go with the team, just to make it look like you are a full complement player. The whole thing here looks different when it doesn't look. You've got the only thing that separates you from your friends is this bottom sheet here, this card you're putting into your tray. I mean, look at these technologies. Architect, right? Dull. Treasury looks dull. Shipwright, that looks amazing, like a shipwright building. Oh, primary reactor of a spaceship. Are you kidding me? Look at it. It looks so boring. Oh. It's like you're playing a sci-fi game and you go into the menu to kind of look at a top-down view of where you are, and it has these kind of spreadsheet looking to kind of analyze it. That's where it's at. You know, they could have used an actual card instead of these squares, pulled the two icons to the bottom of the card, and had a big hero image above it like they did in Circadian's First Light. It's just, I don't know. We're going to do a square so it fits in the player board. Well, you could have just done cards. It already is you've already got this space. I'm sure 4 cards could stretch to the bottom here, no problem. But to keep it within this is just, just burning my brain. Everything's burning it at the minute. It's just, oh, look at that sexy technology tray with all this dull technology. The war room. Wonder what that would look like. Look, the Villainy Hive Tavern. That could look amazing. Sci-fi tavern? No, not going to show it yet. So, oodles of potential to put theme here to make it look delicious. You walk past this table and you go, oh, look at that game. Look at the shop of all these technology. It looks amazing. Look at this giant board with amazing art on all the planets and stuff. It doesn't have any of this. They've devoided it. And so for me, it's compromise after compromise after compromise. The art needs to be addressed. It is a fecking sci-fi game. Look at the card for secret weapon. How boring. Look at these coloured dice. It could be from a kid's game. Why they've not gone translucent on the dice is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. You look at Space Base, retail game, translucent dice, amazing. Non-translucent dice, themeless. So that the space-based dice have like white pigments inside to make it kind of look even more sci-fi spacey, if you will. But disappointed the dice aren't getting addressed in the stretch goals here. It's like, oy. That's a really cool mini, isn't it? With the translucent bit with the brain, very cool. Yeah. Cross faction, some Flamecraft stuff in here, which is kind of nice, but not pulling me in, to be fair. And if you want to get the game, you're going to go all in, right? 5,000 people backed it. June 2024, so it's got a long way to go. And it needs huge investment in the art department. Just get on it. Make the board bigger. Take those bloody the tracks. Move them out of the way. All right. It's funny that they've got stretch goals to unlock videos. That's a really poo-poo. New factions, though. That's a real stretch goal. They've been unlocking stuff on this, but videos is just like a silly thing. So, yeah, there is one place they've done interesting art, and that's on the alien art. They have card art for the alien ships. They look very cool. And why that art style is not done and gone on over to the technologies and stuff like that is beyond me, really is. So, upgrade tokens look cool. The wash minis, they look obviously cool. The ancient brain raider it's going for like best mini of the year competition. Card sleeves, look at the squares they're doing, just making it expensive. Now you'll see here in the card sleeves that they do have art for events. They just need to carry that art over to the technologies. It's not like a massive ask to do that. It really isn't. Right? And get rid of the squares. Just make them card size. It's just, I don't know. Lacking anything that could be interesting. What's this? A jumbo marbled raider dice. Why can't all the dice get done? I don't know. It's just weird. So this is very similar to the track on the board, isn't it? And it's very spreadsheet-like and needs to get off the main board. That's the main board is where the big area for area control is. They've got puzzles to unlock stuff. This is all fantastic. I love all this that the team do here. They did this on the Flamecraft thing. It looked absolutely phenomenal. Now, so here we are. We've got the Saber Cat. Could have its own art here. Just again looks like the first concept art on a spreadsheet, on a serviette. They all look this plain Jane. Look in the pictures here. Look at the background of these pictures. They have art for this stuff, right? They have art for the ships. Just put it in the card. It's silly to have this like this. It's just bonkers. It really is. So, they obviously have an artist working on the sci-fi art. They just need to bring it over to the ships and then bring it over to the technologies. So, again, it's kind of, I don't know. If there's no one in the company pointing that this stuff could be better with theme, could be better looking, really dazzle us with art, you wouldn't actually see any compromise. But at the minute, it's just, I don't know, it can't be, we need to get this out and get people backing it. You know, it's not, we need to rush this out onto crowdfunding. Like, crowdfunding should never be about, we need to rush this out. You take as long as you need to develop it. And the art needs to be addressed before I'll back it. It's just far too much of a compromise. It's just lacking in theme. Look at these bloody Raider cards. They look fantastic with card art. I mean, why can't you do this for technology? Why can't you do it for the ships? It's just bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Right. The squashed hexes, I've said I don't like them. They could be big hexes, be better. And they've done it. They basically squashed it because they want to put the tracks on the board, and it's a waste of real estate on the board. So yeah, it is what it is. It's just a giant compromise, and you know, like Circadian's First Light, it's not got fantastic art. You know, it's Shem Phillips's crew, and it's, you know, it's just got this kind of fan, kind of indie art, but I kind of like it. But it's not amazing sci-fi, but it has more theme than this game. And really, if I want worker placement, which this game clearly is the big thing on it, I mean, so much as having the track on the outside of the board is, you know, that track around the outside of the board is like, I don't know, is that adding? The board's just so like spreadsheet-like. So yeah, get rid of the score track. Get that on a separate card. This needs to be one big space place. I don't know. And 40-minute per player is fairly long, isn't it? Isn't it? That's pushing 2 hours. 5 player? Hey, it's definitely going to be a long teach and a long game. And for what? You know, what are you looking forward to doing? Building a tableau with dull technology. That's right. And having your player board similar to everybody else's, has a bit of asynchronous, yes, with the card art, but otherwise looks the same. And obviously for me, I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to art, and just could have done so much better. Dwellings of Eldervale looked great. Flamecraft looked amazing. Andromeda's Edge looks sloppy. And when I say sloppy, I mean not accurate to the description of a sci-fi game when you have not finished the art. So on that bombshell, I do not recommend Andromeda's Edge at all, with giant compromise, still looks prototype, unfinished, when I know it is finished. You know, it's got a long time before it's coming out as well. We are talking another 18 months. Surely they could get the art department to work on it. They've got over $1 million. Surely they've got funds to get an artist and change up the technology cards and the player boards. But that's my feelings on it. It's just a big compromise. Peeps, if you got this far in the video, please let me know if you are in love with the Kickstarter. Did you have problems on the Kickstarter? Write it down in the comments, of course, on all that good stuff. Come back tomorrow on the channel. I'll be looking at the Homeworld Kickstarter. Will that be something better? We'll see you tomorrow. But thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Lipstickpaddy, of course. This is Kickstarter Radio 102.4. Thank you so much for watching. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now. Andromeda's Edge. Puh.